Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mode. This is your solo show. So it's dictated by you and it's for you. And it's for the people in the chat, actually, guys. Listen, I'm a little bit tired. I just finished a workout and it just took, I'm so tired. Took a shower. I'm here. Big up everyone that joined us from Don Osam, from Al Ahwa stream. There's a lot of people that are talking about Al Ahwa, what happened on Al Ahwa. We're going to actually talk about some clips that are actually circulating around about Manchester City, how good they are. Chelsea, actually, some people are talking about replacing the manager already, right? And also, our City playing the best football we have seen under Pep Guardiola. And why there is a meltdown. And when I tell you guys there is a meltdown from the Arsenal fan base, I'm going to show you a caller that actually called into TalkSport. Listen, I got all the videos here. They're all here. So if you watch, if you stick with us, the videos are here. There is Arteta. There is this. There is that. There is a video about City. And there is a video about Chelsea. And all of them, of course, are here. And we're going to absolutely listen to all of them. But before we do this, I want to do something with you guys. There's 200 people in the house. Hit that like button, guys. If you guys are here, subscribe. And also, I want to hear from you in the chat. I want to hear the comments. So there is over 200 people. I want to get this live to 200 likes. So hit that like button. Big up Michelle. And I want to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from? Right? Where are you tuning in from? Right? I was going to think about something. I was going to do a bit about, I should wear a shirt at Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Man United, or even Liverpool, of course. And I got all of them here, by the way. And they're all, by the way, they're all from OK Jersey right here. There's a City, There is the Arsenal one right there. If you haven't checked them out, if you haven't checked OK Jersey, go and check them out. Of course, go and check them out. And listen, we gotta hear. I want to hear from you because I want to know what people are talking about. Or we should just play the clips and actually see what's going on. Actually, I'm gonna start actually by a Chelsea one, right? And we're gonna go to the Man City. But the one that is very interesting was the Arsenal caller that called into Talk Sport and had an absolutely ridiculous call. Of course, but listen, we cannot be on 30 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Likes up, as Michelle is saying. Subscribe. And let's listen to this Chelsea first. But we're going to go to each and every one of them. And I want to hear from you in the chat as well. I want to get your comments. I want to get, listen, I did this. People, you guys asked for it. It is a solo show. So get involved in the comment section. Get involved in the chat. And let's actually get the first one. Let's actually right away get the first Chelsea. Let me know if you can hear it or you cannot hear it.
If Maresca leaves at the end of the season and they go, oh, I'll tell you what, would you like a championship winning manager here? You know, let's get Frank Lampard. I don't think we're a terrible decision.
I'm not talking about him next season. I agree that he.
You just said after Maresca, right?
Well, I mean, realistically, I don't think Maresca's going to be going this season. I can't see it happening. But I think, you know, in the next couple of years, I can see him maybe part in a company.
Is there an echo? Okay, I can fix the echo. I can 100% fix the echo. Very, very simple. Let me try to fix the echo. Yep. Right here. Okay, right here. Here is the echo that is right there. Now, check this. There's no echo now.
I think Frank Lampard will have earned his stripes. I could see him coming in. It's like, for me, look, I think what Chelsea...
No echo now, right? There's no echo now. Am I wrong? Let me know. Yes or no?
Chelsea need is they need somebody who can connect not just the players with the quality, not just the sporting directors, but they need to bring the fans back in and get everyone behind people. That's where you look at how Arsenal did so with Arteta. Arteta unified that club and they're all on the right path. You bring in a Frank Lampard, you bring in even a Cesc Fabregas. I think realistically, they like to play the style that they want to play with the ownership. I think they'd bring people together. I think that'd be the right option personally.
John Terry's assistant?
No,
do you think all that sentimental stuff's great, but
yeah,
you think I know he's doing a good job at Coventry, but that jump up is absolutely massive, and I think you're being way too sentimental.
No, I
don't understand how can people, right, talk about replacing Enzo Maresca with a Frank Lampard or a Cesc Fabregas. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how are we sitting here talking about Chelsea in 2025 after spending that much money, and we're talking about a Frank Lampard or with all due respect to Cesc Fabregas. Why aren't they talking about, and by the way, he's not the only one. He's not the only, I saw a lot of people talking about, we need to bring someone to connect to the fans. We need to bring someone that will connect with the people in the stadium. This is nuts. I swear this is ridiculous. And Kingsley here says it's dumb. And the problem for me is how are they entertaining this in the studio? How are they actually taking it and actually discussing it? Bro, I like TalkSport. And I'm going to tell you something. The reason why I like TalkSport is that absolutely they provide a lot of different varieties of punditry and fans and fan calls. And I actually think that I know that people talk about TalkSport in a bad way. I think TalkSport is elite in content. I think they're number one in content about the Premier League. And the reason why, there is different opinions and variety of people that actually can. But let's continue, because why is no one talking about the experience? Why is anyone talking about the club? Why? I'm going to tell you guys something. And I want to ask Chelsea fans about this, right? Why no one can stand up in front of the ownership and say the truth? I bet you guys, if enough pundits and enough people that talk about the football club, about Chelsea, stop overrating the players and the squad and say that we're the best. Oh my God, we're up here with this. We are close to Man City. I actually fell for it. I swear I fell for it. I fell for that, for the propaganda. Someone need to step up and say, listen, this squad is not as good. This squad is not as good as what you people think. And you need better than this. The manager is good, but he's inexperienced. He's a very good manager, very good coach. But the club, you know what? If Enzo Maresca had a John Terry, had a Frank Lampard, had a Michael Essien, had a Makaleli, had even Cesc Fabregas, had a Matic, had a Costa. Yes, he will succeed. But I doubt that he will succeed with these guys to the level that we're thinking about. And I don't want anyone to tell me that that for Chelsea to succeed is get top 5. That's not the success you want. You're not going to be successful with top 5. Because Man City, okay, the argument is, you know what? Forget Arsenal. You know what? Forget Arsenal. We're not going to talk about Arsenal. We're not going to actually say Arsenal. Don't you guys think you're watching Man City today, right? And you're watching Chelsea today, and you think even in a rebuild year, Manchester City are ahead. How crazy is this, you know? How crazy is that like the difference in point currently is 8 points between Man City and Chelsea. I want to see someone tell me why last season, from the gap that at the end of the season was 2 points behind City, you got 2 points behind Manchester City last season. Why is the gap increased? You play Man City at the Etihad. Why? And no one answered me this. Forget Arsenal. You can talk about, oh my God, Chelsea played Arsenal and they drew with 10 men and they were great. And Chelsea won the Club World Cup. Okay, forget the Club World Cup. I need you guys in the chat to tell me a couple of things. Has the gap in a rebuild year for City increased between City and Chelsea or not? I actually sit down and I think it probably has increased. The gap between Manchester City last season and Chelsea has increased this season. And that by itself is not good. You watch Chelsea play football, they're so inconsistent. Which so inconsistent. You finished 2 points behind Man City last season. So how many points now? You're 8 points behind them in December. And you played, it can be 11 points within some weeks. It's actually ridiculous and it's embarrassing, as Kingsley's saying. And big up my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate supporting the channel and really appreciate the people that always get involved in the conversation in the chat. Mo, the ownership are arrogant and insane. And people need to stand up for them. More journalists need to call them out. By the way, I'm telling you something. I actually think that the ownership of Chelsea now, they don't listen to content creators. They don't care. I think it's all about, as long as the people, and here is the difference. And I'm going to tell you guys the reality about this, that I've never said this before. I have never, ever said this before. On a content, on a show, in an opinion, on a tweet or anything. I actually believe one of the reasons that ownership are going with that direction is how much Chelsea fans, which is something that I applaud them for, back their players and their team. You will never see a Chelsea fan, apart from a handful of people, that will go against the team, that will go against the manager. Handful. And the problem is the ownership, if they listen to the public opinion and they think, oh, Lewis, like I know that people say, oh, Lewis is not, I believe that maybe because there is not enough content out there against them, against the team, right? Oh, our world champions, we won the Conference League. We are going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to win the Champions League. And they fucking believe it. The ownership fucking believe this shit. They do believe it. They do believe this. They believe, the ownership themselves believe their own hype, their own fans' hype. I promise you this. Right? I promise you this. Mo, I can't lie. We're not winning the league with this ownership. But the ultimate goal is to win the league, right? The ultimate. And the problem is, and I think there is a problem with the fans as well, because you guys brag about the cups. And maybe the ownership here, the journalists copy people and talk about, yeah, we are doing good. Maybe the team is doing better than what other people think. Maybe if our fan base are behind the team and the manager, we're fine. And I'm not saying you flip on the players, but you say it as it is. I think currently, with the likes of Garnacho, Neto, Gittins, Andre Santos, with all due respect, Bonanotti, Delap, Joao Pedro, the team's overrated. It is overrated, right? It's isn't it? Am I being deluded? Am I having an agenda? Isn't the team overrated? With the money that is spent, this team, you guys overrated the team. We did as well. Mo, we're not far off like United, for example, which is, I agree. But it's 2-3 signings and keep Maresca and we can challenge you. There is some hope with the ownership change the stretch. But I swear to God, it has been said last season. Last season were 2-3 signings from competing. A lot of people praised the Garnacho. They said that Garnacho's career is going to be revived at Chelsea. Am I wrong to say that, Akil? How many people said that Garnacho and Gittins? Ya ammi, I fell for it. Listen, I don't wake up every day, watch the Bundesliga and watch Gittins. But I fell for it. A lot of people said that this Chelsea team was 2-3 signings. You had 6. Okay, so a lot of people said it was 2-3 signings. You're going to compete. Great. But the signings of the 2-3 signings, now it turned into a 6 signing with Gittins, Garnacho, Delap, João Pedro, Hato, right? Andre Santos coming in. These are the signings. But these are 7 signings. With 2-3 signings, but the ownership are not changing. And also, people overrate the exactly this. It's all going to plan for them and the fans as well. The fans as well, they overrate the team. They overrate the team. And it's obvious. And I got someone on TalkSport talking about bringing in Frank Lampard. How delusional is this? Let's listen.
You have to go to Premier League and prove yourself first.
Well, he did it in that first season at Chelsea. He proved what he.
Then what followed that?
Look, that wasn't all his fault. The thing about all the signings that came in, you look at what's happening at Liverpool now, the amount of signings that they've made, trying to bed that into and basically build an entirely new squad was going to be difficult for anybody, let alone a manager who is in his, 3rd season of management. So, look, for me, I'd like to see, I think he could come in. I think he could do a good job. I think he'll be learning his lessons. I think he's somebody who understands the culture that is needed.
So this gets clipped. Like, this gets clipped that he's talking about Frank Lampard and the ownership will think, okay, we got Maresca. He's better than Lampard. Why would we change? I have a little bit of the video is a little bit more. So yeah. Andrew, thank you, Andrew. Spurs only came to injure Liverpool players. That's a fact. I don't think so, Andrew. I think it's unfortunate what happened to Isak. I don't think Van de Ven is that kind of player. I genuinely don't believe that they came to injure the players at all. But this is astonishing. Like, talking about Chelsea is astonishing. How am I sitting here and Chelsea are fucking in December 10 points behind Arsenal already? Wow. Like, why? Why Chelsea have 10 points behind? Why? Why are you 10 points behind Arsenal? And by the way, it's the same people that said that Arsenal don't play good football. It's nuts. Any talent going to Chelsea is wasted because they want to be a farm club. No, Caicedo improved. I think Enzo improved. I think Palmer improved. I think Neto improved. But that's it. More question. If you were Chelsea owner, what would you do? It's very simple. I would, instead of signing Delap and João Pedro, I would have tried to sign Ekitike. And instead of getting Garnacho, I would have went and got Semenyo and I got a £20 million player as a backup. Very simple. Very, very simple, by the way. That money, the 90 million that you spent on Delap and Gittins, I would have signed Ekitike for 59 and I would have signed a backup striker for 25. And instead of spending 90 million on that left wing, I would have gotten Semenyo for 60 and a 30 million backup. Done. Over. You got a team. The goalkeeper is not a problem. I think Sanchez has been very, very good. And instead of signing Hato, I would have signed someone maybe to back up Kukurea that is better. Reality. That's what I would do. That's what I would have done for Chelsea. It's about like getting the money correct. Ekitike was 69. Yes. Ekitike was 69 million. 100%. Ekitike was 79. I'm sorry. So I made a mistake. 79. I still would actually do better. I would do better. Bro, I'm chilling with my nephews, playing some ball and listening to your show. Calma on the swear, bro. Okay. I'm going to calm with the swearing. Thank you so much. But guys, like I'm gonna tell you, Ekitike was 79 million pounds. I just checked it. Thank you so much for the support, but appreciate it. I actually need myself to cut down on the swearing. I'm 40 now. I need to cut down on the swearing and the language. It just gets that my emotions get the best. You guys know me by now. With the add-ons is different, but I'm not gonna do the add-ons yet. But I want you guys to hear, like that it's. I don't know what to say about Chelsea other than the players. Bro, if you know what, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. I'm gonna tell you something honestly. I don't trust Chelsea to win against Villa. I genuinely don't. I genuinely don't trust Chelsea to win against Villa at home. If I'm sitting down, I wouldn't say, oh, I'm thinking that Chelsea will win against Villa. I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't say that. It's not. I'm not confident. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm not that confident. 100%. 100%. Let's listen to another clip as well. This is crazy. This is one of the craziest interactions I have seen, actually. Listen to this.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what.
What do you say?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what. Everyone's going to think I'm mad.
Stick with us, guys, because I want to tell you how some fans are just different.
Because we're top of the league. But he has served up some dross there. And against Wolves. I've got to be honest with you, mate. I've been talking to a couple of mates on WhatsApp, Arsenal supporters.
Before I do this, I wanna answer Melania. Mo, do you think if Man United had Enzo Maresca as a manager, do you think he can get top 4 with Man United squad? With the absentees you have now, it's a bit tough. I actually think that Amorim can get you top 5. I think that Amorim still can get you top 5. This season, actually, by the way. I think he can. There is a chance he misses out B6 because of how good Aston Villa are doing. But maybe Maresca would have been able to do okay. I think your squad is good, but you have a lot of injuries and you have a lot of injuries and a lot of absentees.
They are. He's had 6 years, £1 billion. He's bought a £67 million striker that can't hold the ball up. He's got he bought on Jesus, who's 5'9", about 11.5 stone, and he's held the ball up better than our 6'2", 14.5 stone striker. The fella's not good enough. I mean, listen, I'd love to be wrong. I hope I'm wrong at the end of the season, but I just don't think it's good enough. I think that we're panicking. That's a poor Everton side, and exactly what Perry said. It's a penalty all day. Absolutely all day. So we've got away with one. I know we move on and people are going, oh, you're top of the league.
You know what? I'm going to stop here and say something. You know, I saw that clip that is circulating. You know, I'm going to tell you the difference in the same fan base. Here is someone that is an Arsenal fan, right? Here is someone that is an Arsenal fan that is saying that we got away with one. Fine. But also, I got the Egal on the other side that said that Arsenal were refed the same. Like 2 seasons ago, when Douglas Luiz kicked Gabriel Jesus, the exact same one. It wasn't given, right? That is ridiculous. Let's hear the rest.
But I don't look at it through rose-tinted glasses. I look at it from a point of view. The last 3 seasons, we have done exactly the same. We've got to this point, and all of a sudden, we stop playing. And all of a sudden, it becomes nervy. And, you know, I was at Anfield when Mickey Thomas scored that goal. I'm that old, right? I know you need to get over the line once, people say, but he's had everything given to him that no other club would Arteta still have a job. And that tonight was absolutely rubbish.
Dave, I bet you're bundle of fun being around Christmas, aren't you? Your
Mate,
team, no, honestly, are you a Spurs fan?
No.
Yeah, because what you just said there, right? The one reason
I've had a season ticket longer than most people have been alive.
The one reason that we are where we are is because of Mikel Arteta. We were irrelevant before he became our manager. He's changed the culture. He's changed big time Charlie. Got rid of him. Well, what do you want then, Dave? So we're top of the league.
I want him to win the league. I want him to win it.
Right, okay. So this is
now we've been top of the league for 3 seasons.
Yes, but this is the time. I agree with you because Arteta's got 18 months on his contract and he knows himself. This is the season where I said Arsenal have to win the Premier League or the Champions League. You're an Arsenal fan. Come on in a moment. You want to just get a grip yourself. Top of the Champions League and top of the Premier League going into Christmas. Are you? What would you rather be, Man United?
No, that's not a comparison.
Yes, it is, because that's where we were.
No, it isn't.
It is. That's where we were.
You can't say what would you rather be.
The only thing I'm going to push back on what this person is saying is I believe that any manager that is given that time and that money should be where Arsenal are now. The fact that Arteta did it, it doesn't mean that he's the only one that could have done it. Like, there are other people that could have done the same job. There are other people that could have done a good job, right? However, you got to give credit to Arteta that made Arsenal where they are today. Maybe if you hired any manager, Xabi Hernandez, 5 seasons ago, and you gave him that much money, maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe he would have made Arsenal where they are, correct? That this person, the guy, I don't know who what's his name is. What's his name? I don't know that the guy on the screen now. I don't know his name. I don't know, right? His name. Like, but you gotta look at what Arteta did. It's good. I actually think that what Arsenal Perry gloves. I don't know him. It works both ways, and I agree with you, Khairi, but in the same time, Arteta, but the rest of the conversation, right, the rest of the conversation, right, is so interesting about this. I'm going to still show the City clip. It's so interesting, right, that let me just see the rest.
We were Manchester United, Dave.
If you start,
why am I arguing with an Arsenal fan? Am I going mad? Is this a parallel universe?
You can't guarantee. You can't.
Sense of entitlement does my head in.
It's not a case of sense of entitlement.
It is. What do you want?
Entitlement. We haven't won the league for 21 years.
Yeah, what do you want?
Retirement.
Your team.
Win the league.
Your team is relevant.
He's had a billion quid.
So every other team. So no other team spent money.
And that was so what? And they won. Man City have spent money and won it. Chelsea have spent money and won it.
Yeah, but
Man United,
the rules are different now. It's PSR. I don't know if you know that back in those days, Man City and Chelsea could spend what they wanted with no ramifications at all. You can't do that anymore.
I've still spent it.
So you're not happy. You're an Arsenal fan. Have you seen his team win 1-0 away from Everton?
I'm not happy with the standard of that.
You're going to give your season ticket up.
You know what? I'm going to stop here and I'm going to ask a question. The Arsenal fan called in. He might be spitting facts as people are saying, right? He might be. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't like that Inter hired Christian Kivu, inexperienced manager. I don't like, right, Inter hiring Christian Kivu. But today, Inter are top of the league, are in the top 8 of the Champions League, with an inexperienced manager like Christian Kivu. Will I be calling Talk Sport and bash the team and bash the manager like this? Will I be I'm given the chance to talk on one of the biggest platforms in the Premier League, right? After a 1-0, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, after a 1-0 away at Everton, a tough ground, the Arsenal have not won before, correct? Will I be, if I'm given the chance to call in after a 1-0, I'm not going to talk like this. I'm not going to sit down and say, listen, we have not won in 6 years. All right, then. All right. Great. Right? But you are top of the league in December. A league that I thought that most fans said that at this time, and by the way, City are the same. And the reason why the difference between City fan and an Arsenal fan, I'm going to come to City because this is very relevant to Manchester City. It is very relevant to Manchester City. Arsenal, today, a lot of people expected Liverpool to be top of the league. A lot of people predicted Liverpool to be battling with Arsenal. A lot of people actually said that Liverpool are favorites to win the league. Today, Arsenal are top of the league. Man City are second, correct? But every single Man City fan I'm seeing is a hopeful City fan, even though they're second. Even though they let in goals against Wolves, Leeds, they lost against Newcastle away, which is a team that they haven't lost before, right? Man City fans today are actually behind their team, even though they are on a rebuild, Rodri's injured, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm not saying that this Arsenal fan is overall wrong. I'm not saying that. Yes, the manager has been here for 6 years. Yes, the manager has been here for a bit. Yes, there is a lot of talk. Yes, there is this, there is that. But today, December 21st, Arsenal are top of the Premier League, on top of the Champions League. So why is he calling to come? What I want to understand, what is he complaining about? Like today, what is there to complain about? Like today, what is there to complain about? As an Arsenal fan, what is there, genuinely, what is there to complain about? I actually think there is not a lot. Today, there is not a lot to complain about. I don't think so. I don't think. They won against Everton in a game that a lot of people said they're going to drop points, and it was a tough ground for them before, and they didn't win, right? And I'm going to say something. If Arsenal fumble and Arsenal start dropping points and City are ahead of them and Arsenal start now being behind and City are ahead, fine. At that time, anybody that actually is having a meltdown, it's warranted. Nobody can question it. You see that? Because if they fail again, are they failing today? Are Arsenal today failing, people, today? In this season, are Arsenal failing? Can someone explain to me, are Arsenal failing? Thomas in here is saying we were top of the league and bottled it. Fine. Are you today failing? Thomas in, like, if you ask any reasonable person in December, you tell them, by the way, guys, Arsenal have failed last season, the season before, right? And you tell them, by the way, in December, Arsenal are top of the league and top of the Champions League. Are they failing? Then I don't think they are. I don't think they are. You have seen this. You are expecting Arsenal to bottle it. So you are expecting Arsenal to bottle the league, right? Line Fonzie, bravo. I believe everyone is just focused on what they think is going to happen in May rather than focusing on what they can do to succeed in the now. So I had a fan now calling Talk Sport, moaning and complaining. Great. It's the same as if, I'm going to tell you something. You know, I changed my tone on Inter. People that call Footy Judge Mo is a hypocrite and all this stuff. I'm going to tell you what happened. Genuinely, wallahi. That's happened. And people actually were surprised. I am normally a little bit of an Inter fan that used to complain, and I have high standards and blah, 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 all this stuff, right? People asked me, and I was on Footy Judge Mo, right? I was on Inter Worldwide. I was on Uncle Sharma, right? I was on Uncle Sharma. And I was asked, what do you expect? And I said, I'm expecting Inter now. We are top of the league. I believe we need to tweak some stuff. I believe there is this problem at the team, but we're top of the league. We're top 8 in the Champions League. I can't be happier with a new manager like Christian Kiel. Genuinely, I said that. And they were like surprised. How? Oh, the manager, the players don't have mentality. That's fine. But today, currently, I am looking forward. As an Inter fan, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the next round of the Champions League. I am looking forward to how Inter, can we stay top of the league? By the way, I was positive even when we were third. Wallahi, I was positive even when we were third in the league this season, behind Napoli and Milan. I was positive. Do you know why? Because I still think about the future. What happened last season, I can complain about it. I can sit here and moan and complain and tell you how Inter failed with the best squad. We only won one league, right? I don't think there is any City fan today, I swear to God, that should complain. Wallah al-Azim, and I'm being completely honest. City playing amazing football, so entertaining to watch. So entertaining to watch, City. Great. They're actually exceeding my expectations, and I'm absolutely happy to see City play great football. Right? Fantastic brand of football that I'm enjoying. By the way, I've said that in the majority of my videos lately. Since they started winning with clean sheets, scoring goals for fun, Shirky's playing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Amazing. Right? But I don't understand this fan.
I'm not going to give it up. Why would I give it up?
Well, you got the ump.
But what? Because you're not. What? Because I'm not. I'm not. Well, do you know what? That season ticket and the money that I've spent over the years gives me the right to have that opinion.
You have the right to have your opinion, but Dave,
I'll just give you it. That's why you had the show. You've asked people to call in.
But be realistic.
My opinion. I'm being realistic.
No, you're not. Your team's top of the.
Of course, I'm being.
Everybody's listening to you and going, "It's that Arsenal fan off his nut." Seriously.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
So you want Arteta out?
Well, if he doesn't win it this year.
Oh, now we're coming down a bit. That's a bit. Yeah, exactly. So get behind them this season.
And spent £1 billion.
So was other
teams. And he is top of the league. And he is top of that. So he is on course to achieve what you want him to achieve. Why are you projecting failure? Why are you projecting failure? Why? Why is Dave projecting failure? He is now, Arsenal now are on course to achieve what they want to achieve. They haven't won it. They haven't won it. And I'm not saying Arsenal have won the league. When did I say that Arsenal have won the league? When? Unless he believes that they will lose the league at the end. Exactly this. Exactly this. It's Arsenal fans don't believe in winning it. Does he not believe that his team can win the league? But I'm going to tell you something. If he doesn't believe that Arsenal win the league, he needs to provide context. He needs to provide reasons. What are the reasons? I'm not labeling everyone. I'm talking about him in particular.
Teams, that's what you do to win the Premier League. And the squad we have now is the strongest squad we've ever had, right? So now, I agree with you, there's no excuses not to win one of the big ones. But where we are at the moment, it blows my mind that Arsenal fans are moaning. I honestly, it's like, go do a bit of yoga, have an ice bath, and calm everybody down. Can you imagine, Dave, what Dave would be like if we hadn't won tonight?
Surely when you won the league, not every performance was pretty.
No. That's the point.
You had some ugly ones, didn't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, what happens? We played Everton at the right time, to be fair, because obviously Dewsbury Hall's injured, then and Jai's obviously and Gabe gone to the AFCON. So you played Everton at the right time, right?
You know what? I got a question for people in the chat. Guys, we need 200 likes. It's over 250 people here. Listen, we're not 500. We're not 600 people. I need 200 likes. So stop what you're doing now and like the damn video. Like the video, right? Stop what you're doing and get us to 200. At least the next one is 100 likes. So get at least 100 likes and let's see. First, let's go. 100 likes. Let's go. In the next minute, it's 70 likes, 30 likes away from 100. Let's go. Let's go. We have had games like this season. We have had games that we won narrowly. 100%. We have had games that we have won narrowly. But you are telling me that Everton away is an easy game? Are you telling me Everton is an easy game? Is that what you're saying? Everton away, parking the bus, an easy game. How is that? 15 likes. Let's go. 100. Wallahi, I don't know. I don't know. Wallahi, I don't know who's in the team. But I'm going to watch. I don't know who's in the team.
But you have to get over the line in these games because teams are sitting deep. Everton didn't come out. We should have been more ruthless with chances we had. Found a way to beat Wolves. Honestly, imagine sitting with Dave around the Christmas table.
I kind of like Dave. Wayne, how are you, mate?
How's it going, boys? You okay?
Hello, Wayne.
Mate. Are you on the same ilk as Dave, or are you somewhere else, mate? Where are you?
I'm getting annoyed with the Arsenal fans, to be honest, mate. They need to get behind the team except that we've had a bad performance, won the 3 points, which we haven't done in previous years.
Yeah.
We've had a bad performance and lost. We're still top of the league at Christmas. What more do the fans want?
Do you know what, Wayne?
What more do they want than 3 points and top of the league?
What Dave, who just came on, right? He is an Arsenal fan who's looking at that game, hoping that we draw or win, so he can go even stronger. Do you know what I mean? Even stronger.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
That is ridiculous. It's not a fan. You should be behind your team. He should be in the stands screaming and shouting.
Wayne, just bear with me 1 second. Stay there for a second, mate, because I've got your manager with Sam Matterface. So let's get down to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Here's Mikel Arteta.
Okay, let's go. Hello, how are you? Merry Christmas. 2 seconds with you.
This is the interview with Mikel Arteta, but that is just different. There is the title race between City. Listen, I'm just going to say, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Sean, big up Sean for being here. Appreciate the support, guys, for the channel. Appreciate people getting involved in the chat. I try to read some of the comments and it's just different. It's hard sometimes while I do the videos and do a chat as well. It's just a lot of chats as well at the minute. It's hard. Rival fans make me laugh. I wish one day you will have a manager win 1 FA Cup in 6 years and other fans tell you to be happy you're top of the league. But Sean, you should be happy today. You should complain about it. And I actually understood why. Listen, and Arsenal fans, Sean, and you know me, you have done shows with me in the summer. I never in the summer was telling, but by the way, I am someone who told Arteta, how invented, Sean, what is your threshold to sack Arteta? He will tell you in the chat. Suraida will tell you in the chat. The man from Uncle, all the Arsenal fans will tell you in the chat. I used to do questionnaire for Arsenal fans. I used to sit down with Arsenal fans and ask them, when are you going to be Arteta out? He hasn't won anything in 5 years. I was that guy. And anyone that tells you otherwise, they're lying to you. I don't know if people have started watching me lately. For the last season or two, I genuinely started saying that Arsenal are underachieving and they should win the league and they had a chance to win the league. I am someone that a lot of Arsenal fans said that I have an agenda against Arteta and Arsenal because I used to ask people, when are you going to be Arteta out? I used to be that guy. The people that have watched me will tell you in the chat, Arsenal fans in the chat, do you guys remember that time? Do you guys remember when I invented what is your threshold? I invented that shit. I didn't hear it anywhere. I used to bring Martin and Dayo and everyone and tell them. I used to go on Ahwa and ask Saad, when are you going to be Arteta out? Every single episode. I used to ask Saad this. Every single episode. Thomason, don't lie. Tell the people in the chat, you were with me with Arsenal fans and we asked them, when are you going to be Arteta out? Every single episode, I used to ask this. But if I'm looking at Arsenal today, I swear to God, Martin used to hate doing shows with me because every single show, I used to ask him. You remember Martin Arsenal? Martin, my friend, every show I used to ask him, what is his threshold? When are you going to be Arteta out? What will make you Arteta out? Every single show. Every single show. I used to do this. If you don't believe me, go and watch. But I'm telling you today, Martin used to hate his life doing shows with me. I remember. He's like, are we moving on from Arteta out conversation? Are we going to move on from the Arteta out conversation? So Sean, 100%, I used to do that. And I accept that in the summer, when people asked me, I said, if Arsenal should go and sign a better manager than Mikel Arteta. If there is one out there, go and sign him. If there is an opportunity, go and sign that. Right? But in the reality, today, Sean, Sean, you're top of the league, top of the Champions League today, Sean. I don't think there is any reason today, if you're an Arsenal fan, if you're an Inter fan today, you can point out the problems. Listen, Sean, I will agree with you. If you come here, Sean, and tell me, I see this problem at Arsenal. I see this problem with the way we play. I see this. I see that. I see we're slow. We need to improve this. We need to improve that. Which is what Manchester City fans do this. Oh, we need to do better this. We need a little bit of defensive solidity. Maybe we need depth. Maybe we need this signing in general. That's what Man City do. You know, Chelsea fans as well. You know, Chelsea fans, they get behind their team, right? It's nuts. I think today, the people that have the meltdown, I actually think it's crazy. Genuinely believe it's absolutely crazy today. And I believe that I genuinely believe that there are people that hate the manager, that hate Arteta. Listen, I don't like Arteta and I don't hate him personally. I don't know the guy. I actually think he's a fucking annoying guy. I genuinely believe, and I said that plenty of times. And people will vouch, the Arsenal fans in the chat that will know exactly what I said, that Arteta jump up and down the touchline like a cockroach. And it transmits to the players. And I said I think he's annoying. His answers are annoying. He's a little bit of a smug. And I said that. But that won't take away from my opinion. That will not cloud my judgment of me analyzing the football I see in front of me, whether I like it, whether I don't like it. Same as Pep Guardiola. Me not liking Pep Guardiola, for example, for his antics, running on the pitch, talking to players, it won't cloud my judgment of analyzing that Manchester City today play great football and a brilliant football. And I believe that there are people that hate Arteta personally. They just don't like the guy. They think he's a loser, right? You think he's a loser. Do you think the guy's not? You know what? If you call Arteta a loser, I'll be with you. If you call him someone that bottles it. But to call him not a good coach, I think it's fucking crazy. To me, sorry for the swearing again, I think it's crazy. And you get the 7 likes to 100, then move to 200. You see, Sean, I'm hearing you. If this is in the summer, if this is in May, if you are third, if you are fourth, if you are underperforming, I'll be with you. Top of the league, though. Top of the Champions League, unbeaten in the Champs is crazy. 6 games. 6 games in, you're top of the Champions League. You are the bookies' favorites for the Champs. Arsenal as a fan base is so divided and toxic. It's so divided. It's unbelievable, Ponzi. See, Sean, I am fed up with Arteta not winning, and so you should be. And no one said you shouldn't. No one said you shouldn't. And I'm with you, Sean. You are fed up with Arteta not winning. Absolutely. Because he hasn't won the league or the Champions League. 100%. And being fed excuses, just like the caller, and get worried when I see us playing crap because I want to win the Premier League. So you see, you are fed up with Arteta. That's your right. Because he hasn't won. It's clearly your right. It's up to you to actually, listen, you can choose to say that he's a serial bottler. It's fine. But Sean, today, Arsenal are top of the league, right? Best defense in the league, second attack in the league. You have won multiple games. You're top of the league in December. You're top of the Champions League. Are you complaining about the brand of football? I called City multiple times boring. I promise you, Sean, systems are what wins you the league. Listen, you got some games coming up. I don't know. You got some games coming up, Sean. Like, I'm gonna check the pictures. So, table, Arsenal, and I bet you, Sean, I will be the first to criticize Arsenal. You know what? You play Crystal Palace at home, you should be winning that in the cup. You play Brighton at home, you play Villa away, you play Bournemouth. I bet you I'll be the first one to criticize Arsenal if you don't win the next 3 games in the Premier League. Brighton at home, Villa at home, Bournemouth away. And context won't matter. You should be winning again. And I bet you there is not even one positive Arsenal fan in the chat that will tell you otherwise. The next 3 games are winnable games for Arsenal, and Arsenal should win them. Am I expecting them to win? Yes. Unless, Sean, you are expecting them to lose, though. Unless you're expecting Arsenal to lose. And I doubt that you are, Sean. I actually think that you think that Arsenal will win the next 3 games. I believe that you will win the next 3 games. at home. Of course, you can be worried about the game you're going to play against Villa because Villa are a good team. Of course you can. And, and you should. If I'm playing AC Milan, if I'm playing Juventus, if I'm playing Napoli, even at home, I should be worried. But I'm expecting my team to win. How can City currently, and that's a question for everyone, right? It's a question for everyone in the chat. How can City fans be more confident in their team that doesn't have, and I'm going to tell you something about it. Manchester City are 6th in the table in the away form. How can Manchester City fans be more confident of them going to Nottingham Forest away and Sunderland away and playing Chelsea than some Arsenal fans playing the Brighton, Villa, and Bournemouth? Would you play 2 games at home? Man City play 3 games away from home, 2 games away from home. How? How is that possible? It's beyond me. I'm genuinely asking a question. Why? I'm fed up as well, but here is and won't get sacked. But he is here and won't get sacked now. Will fans being behind him or slandering him increase our chances of winning the season? Simply answer this. Simply answer this. If fans are not behind the team today, how would that serve the team? How would that serve the team now? I'm not speaking from, like, listen, if you want to talk about Arsenal, their performances, like they won against Bruges away 3-0. They didn't have the great performance against Wolves. They didn't have the good against Everton. I'm just going to say this. By the way, against Everton away from home, everyone said performance don't matter as long as we win the game. Tell me I'm wrong, people in the chat. Tell me that I'm wrong. I think people said that context doesn't matter as long as Arsenal win the game against Everton. Wasn't that the case? You know what? I don't know. Let's listen to the other videos as well. This is very, very good videos as well. And I love, thank you for the people supporting the channel. We have 100 likes. So the next one, like the next one is 200. So let's get to 200.
Every week he turns up.
Haaland.
Yeah. Every week he turns up.
He's talking about Haaland.
And that's the thing that Arsenal now, and I've said, I don't think Manchester City are good enough to win because I saw them against Leeds at home. 2-0 up, went down 2-2, managed to win it. 5-1 up against Fulham the following weekend. Cruising. 5-4, hanging on. Guardiola clears one off the line.
Yeah.
And if they can actually be stingier at the back and keep Haaland fit, then Arsenal do have a problem. They simply do. And I think that Pep is getting most of that right. I still worry. If I was a City fan, I'd still be slightly concerned about them not being that complete team that they've seen before.
No, they're not complete, but they score goals, mate.
Yeah, they do.
They create chances. Today, they were just, they were slick.
Yeah,
I think it was the second goal they scored today was just absolutely
And
brilliant.
Phil Foden is now, he's purring. He's purring. Him and well, there's a number of players, but his...
And Cherky looks good as well.
Cherky's come in to know. They signed him.
No, this guy, Cherky, broski. I'm going to just say here. He's a fucking maverick. Cherky, bro. You know what? You know what? A lot of people tell me, like, what do you think? And I've said that plenty of times about the difference between Arsenal and City. Is that I believe the difference between Arsenal and City is that City have kind of a superstar in Erling Haaland. Arsenal don't. A superstar in the front line, right? At that time, yes. At that time, you can't tell me that you watched Cherky and you thought that he's going to come in and actually be that good. Anyone that tells me otherwise, I like watching Cherky now. He's doing much better than what I expected, to be honest, under Pep Guardiola. By the way, a lot of people said that. And I think that Cherky is actually playing pretty damn well. And Odegaard has had magnificent seasons in the Premier League. Had very 2 good seasons in the Premier League, you know? It's not about the attack. It's about you don't have a superstar. I'm not saying you have a bad attack. You don't have the superstar. When I mean a superstar, and I mean like a superstar, you know, like a Haaland, a Kane. I said that many times. Oh my God, if Arsenal signed Kane versus Haaland would be ridiculous. You know what I mean? Would be ridiculous.
In the January transfer window last year.
Yeah.
Was it last year they signed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. And he's now, you know, they started the rebuild. I remember you and I had this conversation. The rebuild started last January.
Yeah, it did.
That was when it started. They started, Mamouche came in.
Yeah.
You know.
Ahmed, I believe you need one. I believe you need a maverick in the front. I believe that most teams in the world need a maverick in the front line, need a Salah, a Haaland, and a Kun Aguero, a Harry Kane. I believe so. That is maybe my belief. And it's on Arsenal to prove me wrong this season. Listen, if Arteta wins it this season without a superstar up top, it is like you watch most of the team, Mbappe there, you watch Lamine Yamal at Barcelona, a maverick in the front line. That maverick makes a difference. It's either a number 9 that gets you abundance of goals like Erling Haaland, if you serve him, or either someone like a Harry Kane that can create and score, or someone like a Lamine Yamal or an Mbappe. Or I believe that this is the thing that Arsenal currently don't have a maverick in the front line. I believe Bukayo Saka isn't performing still up to the level that you would say that Saka is a maverick. He ain't a maverick. I actually don't believe that even, like, I believe that even Foden is doing well, but Foden is not. A maverick is like a Kevin De Bruyne. You know what? You know Odegaard when he was creating, chances by the buckets. Odegaard in that season was when he was top of the top 5 leagues in big chances created or something like this. That's just someone that makes a difference in the team. And I don't see like someone that is at Arsenal currently that is a maverick. So I try to do some chats. So you're saying that, I don't know, like you're saying that I'm ignoring your question. So currently as it stands, we are receiving over 25 messages a minute. That is close to a message every 2 seconds. Yet you are expecting me to read every single comment, and actually while I'm talking and actually listening as well, you are expecting me to read every single comment and actually focus on questions and every single question. How? Like how? Who do you think I am? I don't have. This is only me. You know, it's a one-man show, bro. I don't have a producer. What is the producer? Hey, producer, can you come and help me with the question? Because my friend here is upset that I didn't do his question. Yes, can you please come in? Yes, he's going to come in now. The producer, he's going to come in. The producer is going to come in and actually he's going to start all the questions. Right? He's going to start all the questions. Bro, we receive, alhamdulillah, the chat is 2 chats per second, like a chat every 2 seconds. Yet, the producer didn't start your questions. Oh, my producer is right here coming in. Or my wife. Should I get my lovely wife and ask her to start questions and read the comments? What is this? You didn't answer me. You're ignoring. Did you think I'm ignoring your question? The producer out. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Like, I swear to God, this is like sometimes it's nuts. Why didn't you answer my question? Why didn't you answer my question? Look, but I'm not a robot. I'm not Erling Haaland. I can't read every single comment. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, send a super chat. But a super chat is appreciated and it gets started automatically. For anyone that is doing streams, that is doing StreamYard, you know that there is a start section for super chats. Can't be dodging questions, you know, I can't be dodging questions. Oh my God. Oh, listen, I did a freaking workout on a Peloton and it just, I'm still sweating, bro. I'm still sweating. Footy Judge Haaland is crazy. Producer fired. Well, I don't have money to pay a producer. Anyway, long story short. Right, like, see now you kind of like, I am gonna try now to do some questions. And the question is gone. There is someone that sent a comment that I want to see. It's fucking gone. How are you stressed after a workout? Not stressed, bro. That's just how I am when people ask me questions. This was a trick to dodge more questions. I know it. Absolutely. 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 Let's hear the rest of the video. Can we get to 200? I'm gonna, again, there is someone that keeps sending the same thing. Yeah. Mo Yildiz is a maverick that Arsenal need. He's young. He's a very good player, but he's young. Arsenal need Semenyo, a ready-made player now. Right? Arsenal need. Mo, does pineapple belong on pizza? Absolutely not. Pineapple on pizza is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. And I've never had a pizza with pineapple, by the way, in my life. And I lived here for 13 years in America. I never heard that. He's a very good player. I said that. Listen, he's a very, very good player. And if Arteta can get the best out of him in every single game. But the problem is, he's a very good player. Like, does a lot of good things on the ball. But because he's young, he ghosts. Like, every young player ghosts. Apart from Cole Palmer, who doesn't ghost. I can't put that pressure on us because we have a new manager, and I think our players have a mentality problems. I know Arsenal, but I want to tell you something. If Arsenal want to improve, they have to sell. They have to sell Martinelli or Trossard and get a player in January. That's what January transfer window for, is to improve your team. Most of it is going to go to Manchester clubs, just let you know in advance. I think he might go to Liverpool, actually.
That was where they realised, right, we now need to start this ahead of the curve, not wait till the summer.
Yeah.
And they went out and they went big in January. And we're now starting to see the fruits of that labour come to fruition. But they've got Erling Haaland up top.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go to John. He's a Man City fan. All right, John.
John Boy.
When I spoke to you when Shirky did the Rabona assist for Phil Foden, and you was going how many streets an Arsenal header, you know, what's the taxi fare and all that? And I said, just hang on a minute, lads. Just be mindful that City have done it a few times on the bounce, so they have to know how to do it, how to deliver this Premier League title. So never write Manchester City off. Special mention today for Matheus Nunes, who was playing at the fullback position, then came into the central midfield role. Just had a great game today.
He's stepped up, hasn't he, actually, Nunes? He's got a lot better than... I wasn't having him at right back, but he seems to have done a lot better.
Slotted in there okay, Jamie, but then...
That's kind of boring a little bit, a boring call.
Thank goodness you're not centre half.
Box. Right? That you think about it. How many headers is he scoring now? How many chances he get with his head? I mean, that is something I think has been eradicated from the game the last...
bro, Matheus Nunes, no one's telling me that they expected Matheus Nunes to be this good. The guy is playing well. The guy is playing pretty well, to be honest with you. The guy is playing pretty well. The man that I like, the guy that I like the most at City, to be honest, my favorite player at City is Nico O'Reilly. Oh my God. The guy has everything to be the best left back, to be honest, in the league. Physicality, speed, deliveries, passing. And I believe the guy is playing amazing for his age. Similar to what Maizos Kelly was doing for Arsenal last season. But I think what Nico O'Reilly has over Maizos Kelly as a fullback is something that I think fullbacks need to have. And the reason why I would take even Maizos Kelly last season has played 18 games, if I'm not mistaken, or 20 games in the league. And the reason why I would think that this period of Nico O'Reilly this season has been better than Maizos Kelly's period last season is Nico O'Reilly has the cross, which is something that Maizos Kelly, being a midfielder, has struggled with. And we have seen some of the clips of him struggling to have the cross. Nico O'Reilly has a very good cross on him. And I get it. People say that Mazus Kelly is a bowler. Nico O'Reilly, as a fullback, is better than Mazus Kelly. And the reason why is because one of the main weapons as a fullback in football normally is a cross. And I believe that Nico O'Reilly is a good crosser of the ball. So he's a midfielder as well, but if you watch Nico O'Reilly, he's actually doing very, very good as a fullback because he can deliver though. He can cross, he can deliver from these wide areas, which is something that a fullback needs, to be honest. Mazus Kelly, I haven't seen him cross, to be honest with you. Let me just do something, Nico O'Reilly. Let me do something about Nico. Let me compare this season's Nico O'Reilly versus Mazus Kelly in the Premier League last season. And let me just see who has been better in terms of assists and number of crosses as well. Because I want to check this for myself as well. Miles Lewis Kelly. Last season, this is a very good comparison. And last season, I'm going to do last season Mazus Kelly because he has had but there is a difference in age. Mazus Kelly last season was 17. Nico O'Reilly is 20. Nico O'Reilly has already had 3 assists. Mazus Kelly in 23 games in the league last season. They have actually played close minutes to each other. So now, let me just say this for the people before people jump on. Currently, Nico O'Reilly this season has played 1,225 minutes. Mazus Kelly last season played 1,369 minutes. So they're very close. Last season, he was 17. He's 18 now. He was 17. Mazus Kelly has had 1 goal last season and 0 assists. And Nico O'Reilly has had 3 assists already. I wanted to check about the crossing thing, the number of crosses he does. The thing about cross is, I believe Nico O'Reilly does more crosses than Mazus Kelly. He does more crosses. So Nico O'Reilly is actually a fullback. It's actually a fullback. I never seen this comment before. Yes, 100%. That is a part of Nico O'Reilly. I'm gonna compare something actually, I'm gonna compare something that might show us actually a comparison between Nico O'Reilly and Miles Lewis Kelly actually about the heat map of both. Compare Nico O'Reilly versus Miles Lewis Kelly. Premier League, Nico O'Reilly versus Miles Lewis Kelly last season. Nico O'Reilly. It's a very similar heat map. Nico O'Reilly, Miles Lewis Kelly inverts a little bit more. But they kind of both play on the side as well. Like they kind of play both on the side. It's fair not to trust Teta after finishing second place 3 times, but fans should get behind when he is leading the title race. Being right isn't important. My man Ariz is spot on. I believe as a football fan, I genuinely believe that, by the way, with all my heart. And I'm not going to lie to you. With all my heart, if you're a Chelsea, if you're an Arsenal fan, if you're a City fan, a lot of City fans didn't like Doku. But you see City fans are celebrating Doku getting better than actually complaining about it. It's more important that your team does well than you being right. Like, for example, if Lautaro scores goals, you see me screaming from all my lungs. You see me celebrating with all my lungs, right? Because I want Lautaro to be the best player in the world. I want Barella to be the best player in the world. You know what I mean? And it's more important that your team does well than you being correct. I promise you this. It's way more important. So you being right is not going to do anything to you. Like, you're going to get a star. Bro, they aren't replacing Gary Neville with you if you are right. If you say that Doc was shit and he turned out to be shit. I think you'll get more joy if you say Doc was bad and he turns out to be good. Because you're going to celebrate his assists, his dribbles, his goals. You're going to be celebrating this. You know what I mean by this? You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. They aren't saying, well, X in the chat He got it right. He said Doco's shit, and he turned out to be shit. Let's get him on Sky Sports tomorrow. It's not that. You know what? I'm going to give you an example of someone that is, they just go about their business and they do their work. Elias, the Algerian guy. Elias. So Elias said that Shirky might not work in Pep Guardiola's system unless this happens and this happens, this happened. He said his opinion because he believes his opinion. But now he's admitting that Shirky is doing very well and Pep he's adjusting to Pep and all this stuff. He's not a City fan, right? It is better for you to celebrate when someone does something right than you saying that, oh, I got it right. Fine. If you get it right, you get it right. At that time, you were celebrating your opinion. That is fine.
5-6 years.
Yeah.
Balls into the box. Centre halves now, they force you. There's certain centre halves that teams will set up. Is they'll force you wide, and you've got Everton, for example, Tarkowski. He'll say, bring the ball in the box. If we've got 3 centre halves, we'll deal with it. And now, balls into the box are coming back in vogue. And Erling Haaland needs that. I just wonder that's why Jack Grealish was allowed to leave. Because Jack Grealish slowed the game down a bit. Now you look at for Man City, balls in the box. Erling Haaland will go and tack it. He'll go and put them in there. You know, and Pep is working out how to get the best out of Erling Haaland.
There's this part as well. Before I actually play one of the craziest clips.
I agree. I think that second half of the season thing is crucial. I think, you know, if we said it a couple of weeks ago, if City are anywhere near Arsenal going into February, March, April, I think City win the title from there. Yeah. You go back 23-24, they trailed by 8 points, went on a 25-match unbeaten run from February. 21-22, 5 points behind after 10 games. From the 11th of December till the 15th of Feb, 13 matches unbeaten, won the title by a point. 2021, 8 behind after 12. From December the 15th, they went on a massive run. I think it was 15-game winning run and 28 unbeaten in the end. And then 18-19, 7 behind at the midway point, 14 unbeaten February to April, won the title. That's what they do.
And they've
got Haaland.
And now they're five wins in a row now. So they're well and truly on
they're on it. And they've got a better goal difference all of a sudden, and they're a point ahead.
When do they play City next? When does the City?
I think it's around April.
April, April 14th, I think.
Yeah. Have you got? Do you guys have updates?
Yeah. So they've been shortened. They've been shortened into 5-4, which is obviously the shortest they've been all season. So still odds against Arsenal. Odds on.
Despite what I said for the last 3 minutes, I still think Arsenal probably would have as favourites here. I still have a feeling they might grind it out. But in terms of the mentality of it, I think Man City are in the ascendant.
Is 5-4 a good price for City?
It's a bit short now, but having seen what price they
4-1, 3-1,
having seen that sort of price, 5-4 doesn't seem too great now. But if you're doing it a straight match bet, let's just say, for argument's sake, as we record this, Arsenal draw at Everton, and the level on points, and City.
But they didn't draw at Everton. But they didn't, did they? I want to ask everyone a question in the chat. In the next 2 games, genuinely, I want honest answers, right? I want only honest answers. The difference between Arsenal and, I want to do the math in your head. The difference between Arsenal and City today is 2 points. City play Forest away and play Sunderland away. Arsenal play Brighton at home and Villa at home. I want you to tell me the points difference that you think is going to be in 2 game weeks. I want to I want you guys to tell me in the chat, what do you think that the goal difference is going to be? Is it going to be the same? Type 2. If City are ahead, type that. If Arsenal are ahead, type this. Just do the math first before you say 1. Because I believe it's impossible to be 1. It's hard. Like, I want to know the answers in the chat, to be honest with you. Right? So people believe that City will win the next 2 games against Sunderland. Okay, Khair is saying City get 6 points, Arsenal get 4, so that means equal on points. Even. So people believe that Arsenal will drop more points. My man here is Faraz is saying 5. Thank you. I think both teams will win the next 8 games. Okay. The gap will increase. Arsenal be 2 points ahead, which is exactly the same. Arsenal +2. Okay, fair enough. I like these. I like these comments. I like to see they're beating Brighton and drawing Villa. Khair is saying Arsenal lose the next game. My man here is saying with the attack, I don't see Arsenal winning both Brighton and Villa. Someone said Inter will actually drop points. I don't know why he's saying that. I believe Arsenal will win the next. I'll play Bologna and fucking Atalanta. It's fucking crazy. People are saying. So people. I'm gonna tell you something based on what I'm seeing from the answers in the chat. Right? I'm gonna tell you something based on the answer. If City win against Sunderland and Forest away, I'm gonna say it with full on. I'm gonna come with chest and say that City have completely turned around this season, and now they are a massive threat to Arsenal. And even if Arsenal win the next two games and City win, if the points difference is still 2 points at game week 19, which is after the next two games, which is actually crazy. Have Chelsea played City? How are we in game week 17 and City are playing teams before they play Chelsea? I don't understand how. How is that even possible? City haven't played Chelsea yet. So how are they playing Chelsea? Don't you have to play all the teams first before you actually play them again in different order? It's how? City played Chelsea, so they haven't played Chelsea. So how are City playing 19 games? So who do you have? But that time, who do you have played twice? There's one game that was postponed. Okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Okay. I get you now. Okay, let's go back to what I said. If City win the next two games, even if Arsenal win the next two games, I might actually sit and say now the league might be a 50-50 or a 45-55. I might say that. I might actually give City more chances of winning the league. Sunderland and Forest away. Because that will tell me that they have done more than what I expected at that time. And City are behind Arsenal 2 points after halfway through. I have to give them credit without a shadow of a doubt. Not going to say they're favorites, right? But I'm going to say that City, I know that Forest currently, as it stands, Nottingham Forest are win, loss. But I'm going to tell you something. If Forest, Forest play tomorrow as well, away. So for me, I'm going to say that at that time, City have, I know that City have to go to Anfield, but at the same time, City host Arsenal. So advantage City then, because they play Arsenal at the Etihad. So advantage City. City still favorites. They showed previously they can come back. Arsenal need to learn to handle the pressure and lose the bottler's tag. Are people thinking that City are stronger than Arsenal today? Is that something that do you believe that City are stronger than Arsenal today? Is that something that you guys are? Do you believe saying that City are stronger than Arsenal today? Who's stronger? If you're a rival fan, who is stronger today? You know, City or Arsenal? Who's stronger today, City or Arsenal? Can someone explain to me who's stronger today? For you, I want to understand what you guys think today. City, everyone's saying City. I actually don't think so. Currently, as it stands, so that means everyone in the chat is saying that Arsenal are favorites, right? So City are favorites. So everyone is saying that City are favorites, right? Is that what people are saying in the chat now? That City are, because if you believe City are stronger and you believe that City are 2 points behind Arsenal, City are favorites for you. I want you guys to listen to the other clip as well. Let's just listen to it. I want you guys to listen to this. This is actually one of the crazy things. Listen to this. Let's listen to this quickly.
I want to evolve the conversation we started, Macau, yesterday when you said, if Arteta doesn't...
Before I actually go to this conversation, before I go, people accuse us and Tevin in the chat and everyone, Arsenal fans, of us talking. Tevin, I want you, Tevin, to listen to this, okay? Because a lot of people ask me why you talk a lot about the Arteta and Arsenal and why is Mikel this, why is Mikel that. This clip was released today, right? Today. This is mainstream. This is being sports. That's not Footy Judge Mo, right? That's not Lee Gunner. That is not Don Hussam. That is not Terry Flowers. That is nobody. Listen to this.
Win the league. We started, Macau, yesterday when you said, if Arteta doesn't win the league, you think he should walk. Do you believe that?
I do believe that. I think he's been at the club now for 6 years, around about that. And I think Mikel Arteta, he's done, I think, what he could do in terms of building this squad and building this team to be a very competitive team. I think if you look at the squad that they have, I don't think there's any better in world football today. You know, in Europe, I think in terms of squad, in terms of depth, what they have on the bench, players that come from the bench to win them games. He has it. He's built a perfect squad, but is he the manager to take them to the next level in terms of winning the Premier League?
They are improving.
They are improving, though, surely. But, I mean, how long are you going to keep him on there? Because he keeps finishing second. They keep coming second. You've just said it there 3 times.
You know, I bet I want someone, before they ask this question. Yes. Before they ask this question, genuinely, I want the leading question, right? The leading question to be, do you believe Arsenal will win the league? So if the answer is yes, you can go on. If the answer is no, don't ask him a follow-up question. Just don't. Like, you know what I mean? Do you guys get my point here? Do you guys get the point that I'm talking about? If you answer yes, okay? If you answer yes, I believe that Arsenal will win the league this season. I believe they are there. I believe that they're going to win the league. We can continue the conversation. If the answer is no, that means you believe that Arteta should not be even at the job today. So don't talk about if he doesn't win the league at the end of the season. You get the point, right? So the question shouldn't be, do you believe if Arsenal don't win the league? Like, okay, do you believe Arsenal win the league? Yes. Now we're going to talk. Do you believe Arsenal win the league? No, I don't think Arsenal win the league. Move on. Next question. That's it. I think that's how the conversation should go. I'm honest. I want to hear what he says. I didn't even listen.
So 4 times in the past, they've been top, you know, going towards the festive period, and they end up losing the title. At some point, you're going to have to make a decision. Is he the man to take them to the next level in terms of winning the Premier League and the Champions League? I don't think he should be judged in terms of winning the FA Cup or the League Cup, because I don't think that's where Arsenal belong. They haven't won the Premier League in the past, 22, 23 years. So he has to think about winning the Premier League.
Well, he is thinking about winning the Premier League. I doubt that Mikel Arteta is sitting and thinking, well, listen, guys, boys. Listen, guys, we are thinking about winning the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup this year. And I believe we can go and do it in the league. It is very hard. It is very tough. You know, Manchester City are there behind us. So I don't think we can win the league. So we should focus on the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. You know, my players, we know we need to fight so hard for the Premier League and the for the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. That's what we should do. Right? That's what we should do. Right. It's you know what? It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Wallahi, people are nuts. People are actually crazy about this. Oh my God. It's actually crazy. I just want to hear what I want to hear what they say, what the other one said actually about the it's actually crazy.
And we're live in the tunnel with Mikel Arteta. Congratulations, you're top at Christmas again. What does it mean?
Well, very happy to win a game in a really tough place. I must take the opportunity as well to congratulate every Everton supporter, everybody at the club, and everybody who has put any effort into building this incredible stadium, because it was fascinating from the entrance to all the way to the pitch, the atmosphere. Like
blah 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 is nothing. Is nothing. You know what? You know, there is not a lot that have been said lately about like Liverpool and all the stuff. You know what? There's not a lot have been said lately about Liverpool and all the stuff and all the things that are happening. And you know, they absolutely bashed Romero on Talk Sport. They're absolutely bashed Romero on Talk Sport, actually. Alan Pardew was talking about Arsenal. This is one of the other videos that I wanted. It's actually ridiculous. Isak leg break, yeah, it's actually bad. It's bad for Isak, to be honest with you. It's bad. It is bad for Isak.
To score away from home at Everton to give you side the 3 points. Mikel Arteta said he was surprised to see him taking the penalty. Let me ask you this, Pards. I've seen it more in recent years. I didn't see it necessarily growing up in the Premier League. Arguments over penalty, etc.
Always has been.
Has it always been a thing in your day?
Memorial, yeah. Yeah, I can go back to the 80s, 90s, even when I was playing.
You're top at Christmas again. The little dig is crazy.
You'd have like a scramble, particularly the player who's won the penalty. You know, he's been brought down or whatever. I remember, I don't think Wrighty was on. Well, listen, I don't agree with him, of course, because I think you're going to get games like that. And I can think of all great sides. At Man City, the last 2 or 3 years, have not always been brilliant. They've just, you know, sometimes just won, just done enough. You get those games. But there is a genuine feeling, and this is where I'm with him a little bit, in terms of Arsenal opening the game up. I feel a little bit like some of their fans that they can. I think they've got the ability to open the game up, stretch it a little bit. Do you know, like do things quicker.
There's definitely another gear, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
you know what? It's very spot on. But why everyone is doubting that Arsenal can go to the next gear? Why is everyone doubting that Arsenal can go to the next gear? Like, why? Why are we thinking that Arsenal will not improve and the likes of Chelsea will improve, the likes of City will improve, the likes of Liverpool? Liverpool is just a different story. Why? Why are we not thinking that Arsenal might improve as well? Why? What is stopping Arsenal? Gabriel is going to be back and Arsenal might improve. No, we have. But we have seen Arsenal improve in the second half of the season. We genuinely have. Just 2 seasons ago, when they were fit in the second half of the season, they had a great second half of the season. Don't come back and say, but you haven't won it. But I'm saying that they improved in the second half of the season. Like, the answer to you is that we have seen Arsenal improve in the second half of the season. Right? So we have seen it before. We have seen Arsenal improve. But they were leading. Actually, Liverpool were leading that race, just to let you know. Liverpool actually were leading that race at that time. You remember the looting game? You Liverpool fans remember what I'm talking about. Liverpool were actually leading that race. I can go and check it. For the people in the back that don't know that who was leading the race, actually. Let me check. It's right here. Competitions, Premier League. Let's remember. Tables, match day and tables. 23-24. Game week 25th, 5th or 6th, whatever. Game week 26. That was in end of February, beginning of March. At that time, Liverpool were on 60 points. Manchester City were on 59 points, and Arsenal were on 58 points. So Liverpool were actually leading the race at that time. And remember, when Arsenal started their run at the end of the season in game week 21, actually, at that time, Liverpool were 48 points. And can someone guess in the chat where a game, this is, by the way, the last 18 games of the season, the last 17 games of the season, which is where City and Arsenal started their run, where I think Arsenal won 15 out of 17 and City won 17, if I'm not mistaken. If anyone remembers who was leading the race then, how many points were Arsenal on in game week 21? If you want to remember. Arsenal were 5 points behind Liverpool. 5 points behind Liverpool and 3 points behind City. So Arsenal at that time were chasing the league. Arsenal were only, I think they went top of the league if I'm not mistaken. City were chasing, they're very good at chasing. It's just loading for some whatever stupid reason. In game week 30 only where Arsenal took the lead in the Premier League actually. So factually, you are wrong. Liverpool were top by points. My man here is simple. Teta has more bad credit compared to Pep. 100% you're spot on. There's nobody that will doubt Pep Guardiola in terms of like, if he's in a good place, if the team is in a good place, you definitely get Pep Guardiola the credit of trying, if actually winning. Can I guys get 200 likes again? 130 likes on the show. I want to get to 30. I want to appreciate everyone that is supporting and getting involved in the conversation, of course. Thank you so much. Can we get to 200 likes in the next, I'm going to say in the next 2 minutes, can we get to 150? There's over 250 people here in the chat. Can we get to at least 150 likes in the next 2 minutes? So the like button, for the people that don't know where the like button is, it's underneath your live chat. So close your live chat and hit that like button, like the video and subscribe. And actually, just if I'm not mistaken, I'm currently 9 subscribers away from 47,900. So if you share the stream, we'll get the new. If you're new here, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Yani we cannot get one freaking like. What is this? One like after I said let's get 250 likes from 129 to 130. Arsenal fans had pressure against Madrid. They won, but PSG, when they weren't becoming favorites, they crumbled. Pick up my friend, absolutely. But Arsenal never made it across the line. That's what matters most. 100%, and no one disagrees with you. But I was responding to the fact that someone said that Arsenal don't improve in the second half of the season. So factually, that is not correct. Factually, that is wrong. It's not a fact. Actually. It's not a fact. It's not a fact, actually. Let's listen.
I think Arteta is the type. I hate, to say it, but in my mind, I don't think he's an exuberant coach. He's a very good coach. He covers all the bases, but I think he's almost overthinking at times, and therefore it gives it a bit of a conservative feel. Does that make sense?
I think, for example, with Arteta, he's so desperate to get this over the line this time.
Well, that's going to kick in later, by the way.
And that's going to keep getting as the pressure builds as well.
And Pep hasn't got that problem, has he?
No.
He'll have a cigar on with the last 10 games, He's
I think, imagine this, I'm sticking up for Arteta and Arsenal here.
Go on, sir. Do it.
When Arsenal, and for me, a couple of seasons ago, when they had Emma Smith-Rowe and all those boys still there, they were one of the most exciting teams to watch. Like, it was horrible to watch how good they were, and they were quite expansive and free-flowing, and they were susceptible at the back a little bit, but they were really enjoyable to watch in terms of footballing. Now, I think he was criticised for that, saying, it's a weak underbelly, mentality, etc.
Yeah.
Now he's changed it and goes, you know what, we can win ugly. Everyone's moaning, well, you only win ugly. I think he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't.
There's always that.
I think there is a little bit of that kind. And imagine it's me as a Spurs fan. This is why, even on the way in, I had a lovely black cabbie, who's an Arsenal fan, listens to the show. You guys imagine I'm an Arsenal fan, but they will say I'm very fair when I talk about Arsenal because
yeah, this guy is actually very fair. Actually, he's very, very fair. Actually, this guy, he's very fair, 100%. Yeah, I'm with this comment, to be honest with you. Like Pep Guardiola have changed the way he plays completely, and Pep Guardiola is playing completely different brand of football. I believe it's a better brand of football, in my opinion. I believe it's a better brand of football. It's more entertaining. It's more enjoyable. It's actually very, very good. So I believe that City are playing, but it's a very good conversation.
As I said, Arsenal were trying to get the job done and go and win the league, and they're up there. And sometimes you just got to do it ugly, and it's not going to be entertaining. And I don't think, especially Arsenal's record with Everton over recent years, it's always been a bit of a.
You know what? One of the things that I'm going to judge Arsenal is next game, guys. 7 likes. One of the things I'm going to say this about Arsenal next is Brighton aren't a team that is going to sit back against Arsenal. So I'm so intrigued to see how Arsenal will play against a Brighton team that it likes to actually play expansive football. If Arsenal at that time, and I don't know if that will happen or not, if Arsenal in that time, I know that a lot of people are looking at Crystal Palace game. I believe that Mikel Arteta will actually rotate. If Arsenal at that time beat Brighton with 2+ goal margins, like a 2-0 or a 3-1 or something like this, you'll have to sit and say that, yeah, teams sit back against Arsenal. And it's, in my opinion, Arsenal need to start scoring early goals again to open teams up, to actually get the game going. Like if Arsenal score goals, if they score a goal against Everton early, and I know that they are trying, but what I would take against Mikel Arteta and the team, to be honest, is a little bit, I think there is something in football that I think one of my coaches told me this, and actually one of the older guys that actually, even when we play here in the league, once I was like helping him in managing a team and stuff, and I remember that conversation, and I was telling the guys, because I was doing the pre-game talk, and I was telling the guys, we were playing against a team that is lower than us, and I said that, listen guys, don't get bored of being in control, don't get bored of passing the ball around, don't get bored until you see the opening. So keep passing the ball, switch it from left to right, keep something called, like, it's not rotation, it's like we do the switches, like we actually go back, recycle, we call it recycling football. Keep recycling back to the center backs, go to the other side until you see the opening. And it was a 0-0 at half time. And I was speaking to Bruno. I remember Bruno is the guy, I'm not sure if he's listening or maybe not. My friends don't listen to me. And he told me, I want to make the game a little bit quicker. I want to take more risks. And we had 3 midfielders at that time. And he said, why don't we take one of the midfielders out and then play a very, very attacking midfielder, someone that played ex-pro in Colombia. His name is John. He's a phenomenal football player, left-footed. He's like one of these Joga Bonito guys. John is from Colombia. Big up John, of course. And John is a very flicks and tricks and take chances. He doesn't defend. He doesn't work as hard for the team when we lose the ball. He's kind of like a luxury player. He's like one of our better players. And he was on the bench. And he's told me, let's just take our foot off the gas a little bit and put a more expansive player and see what happens. And within 5 minutes of the second half, we scored a goal. You know what I mean? We scored a goal. And sometimes I feel like there's too much control. And I think I hear what they're saying. Sometimes I feel like Mikel Arteta wants too much control. You know what I mean? And I feel that Pep wanted too much control at some point, it's a little bit boring, actually, to watch, especially. It's too much control. You know what I mean? It's too much. And I don't like, too much control is good, you know, but I believe that there needs to be an I said it many times, Odegaard. is a little bit more conservative. You know, the conservative guy in playing football, Odegaard has so much talent in him that he can try. Like I see Shirky sometimes trying stuff that I know that Pep last year or the year before would not allow these things to happen in his team. I get that you're saying you're boring but effective, and I hear that. But I would like to see a more risk takers, a more, you know what, a risk-taking Odegaard, someone that passed the ball between the lines and try to. He did it the last game. I know a couple of flicks he tried. I would like to see him try to do something different, a little bit outside of the box, like an Eze. And I believe that Eze, maybe that guy. You know what I mean? It's that as well, and we are actually 3 likes away from 150. Let's listen to the rest.
A banana skin at times, isn't it? So I think he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. But
I still think there's a balance he could draw a little bit, because all the set plays now are so regimented. They take so long, and it takes rhythm out of the team. And I think they're good enough to just go off the cuff a little bit at times. Obviously, you know, if you've had no joy and the game's not open, you ain't got the lead, then for sure you can take your time.
By the way, guys, when I listen to these clips, it's the first time I listen to it with you guys. I would like to know your input as well. I would like to know what you guys think about what they're saying as well. I genuinely, it's recency bias. I believe that Eze, if he's given a chance, I believe he's going to change Arsenal. I like Eze. Probably one of my favorite players in the Premier League, to be honest.
Over the set plays in certain parts of the game, but some of the times I think just go on with it.
Well, Arsenal fans, do let us know what you think of that. Right, let's talk about Manchester City, because I think Man City are just doing their thing and they're just getting on with things. And
actually, Man City aren't doing their things. I wish I can show you this, guys, and I'm not sure if I showed you this before or not. About foot mob, let me maybe I want to show you guys something that I have not shown you before, and let me just do this quickly. Foot mob and the Premier League, and let me just show you stats and teams. So I'm gonna show you something that we have not seen before. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work actually. City, our average ball position is 57% ball position, which is less than what we have seen from Manchester City over the last 8 seasons in Pep Guardiola's tenure. You know what I mean? And Pep Guardiola is doing something completely different. So I disagree that Man City are doing their thing. No, they are doing something different.
They seem to be in a real flow. I feel, for me, Man City had their blip at the start of the season. When they lost to Brighton and Spurs back-to-back. Since then, it's been fine for them. They briefly went top before the Everton-Arsenal game. There's only 2 points in the gap. We're talking about the ingredients.
By the way, Haaland could have had 4 yesterday.
Well, this is what I'm going to talk about, Pard.
He's on fire.
The ingredients to win a Premier League.
Yeah.
A top striker and a top keeper.
Yeah. And
I actually think that Donnarumma's good, but he's very, very good. But you know what? They're talking about a striker. We're also signed Gyökeres, and Gyökeres is, I think he's doing what is expected from him, to be honest.
And creativity.
Yeah.
And they got Foden, Czech. I mean,
like you mentioned like Leicester before, when they won the season, top keeper in Schmeichel, Mahrez, who's creativity, the goal scorer Vardy, and Kante, the stopper, and who works hard, as well as the fact they had, you know, Wes at the back.
They're a great team. They're a great spirit and team. And the one
big Wes at the back.
Yeah, I genuinely feel that, you know, I'm a little bit more comfortable talking about Man City now. After about 8 games, I was still like, I'm not sure. They still look a little bit vulnerable. They looking strong. Rodri's still to come back. So you've got to say that this race is very, very much on. And they've closed the gap nicely without even like, I don't know. It's almost like they've come up on the rails to me, Man City. And to be that close to Arsenal, 2 points in it as we go into this hectic period, the Premier League.
And it is a hectic period. We got to talk.
Yeah, he's very, very educated. He talks football very, very well, to be honest.
What about West Ham? 10 Premier League defeats. So
I'm not gonna fucking sit here and listen to them talking about West Ham. To be honest with you, I'm not going to sit here and listen to them talk about West Ham. Spoken very well about City. They have actually had very, very good. Very, very good. It's here's a clip that is Perry was talking about. It's in Arsenal's hand. I like these shows. I like this. I'm tired now. So tired. Tomorrow is counter view. Yeah. Listen, there is a clip that I was gonna show, but listen, I'm gonna let you guys go. I like these solo shows. We need to actually promote them more, so we need to share them more. And we're not gonna get more viewers unless you actually like the damn video. And as I said, it's 150 likes is not enough. Martinelli, sell Martinelli and get Semenyo. Cheers, people! Hit that like button. Let's get to 150 likes at least. Like the damn video before you go. I don't know why are you not liking the video. Subscribe to the channel. Check out OK Jersey. Good night, everyone. Have a lovely evening and happy holidays to everyone that is here. We won't come back if you don't answer questions. I try to answer all the questions, ya akhi. Alhamdulillah. We'll see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.